Welcome to VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. MLB time, Major League Baseball. Even though I don't think anything's changed, I don't think anything has taken place just yet. It's still a lockout. They're still negotiating amongst the two. But I got some questions and I don't know if there are answers. I don't know where is the holding MLB, Major League Baseball, accountable for the actions that were taking place. And yes, that's using two different set of baseballs for the 2021 season, using two different sets of baseball. One was lighter and I guess to deaden things, and the other one was the opposite of that, and they had different effects. When were these balls used? Who had them? Who had them when? Did it affect the stats? I'm pretty sure it did. The traditionalists, the ones who care so much about keeping things consistent, keeping things the way they are, where are you? Serious question. Where are you on this? Or are you so just concentrating on something else? I don't know. I got questions. I need answers. And people who love stats, where are you at on this? Where are you at on this? Because the season, basically, will it be an outlier? How would you factor these stats into a player, into a team moving forward? Will you rely on whatever happened? How will these players get paid eventually off of their numbers, assuming that things stay status quo when it comes to the negotiation of the CBA and what the players get as far as their share, their piece of the pie? There's so many questions. Where are the answers when it comes to the baseballs? I know it was blamed on the production slowed because of the COVID-19 outbreak and what have you. I still have another question. I still got questions. Where was the foresight in this? Where was the thinking ahead and understanding that there may come a time where there's going to be more balls needed and possibly we just stay with the original balls that will get us through the season, and we'll make a change like this without anyone knowing. We'll make a change like this without anyone knowing in another season, assuming we will see another season, because once again, there's a lockout going on. And this is what I have to grasp on. This is what I have to try to figure out, not investigate, because I'm not an investigator. Figure out on behalf of myself and fans and fanatics like me, because apparently the traditionalists are missing. They only care when it's something that's nonsensical, of something that basically just doesn't affect the game the way they claim it affects the game. And I'm not saying old man yell at cloud. I'm an old man and I yell at cloud a lot. This is beyond that. And the stat keepers or the stat gurus, where are you? Where are you on this matter? Is it just the simple fact that since there's nothing moving along when it comes to negotiations of the CBA, that everybody's just going to stay in their respective corners? Everybody is just going to pay attention and do other things until there's a solution? But what if there isn't a solution? Even if there wasn't a solution or there is a solution, this is important. This changed the competition of that season. What about that? What about that? That matters. Did it affect wins and losses? Maybe, maybe not. Who can say? Who can say that one team had the balls that were more accessible to home runs and another team didn't have that, and it came down to a couple of games, or it came down to a couple of percentage points? and stat gurus, you know how important the percentages are. Meanwhile, let me transition to something else that's definitely on my mind, and that's the CBA and the negotiations. I have read and I'm reading that they broke down, and there's some other things. I'm not going to break out the information machine for that. I'm just gonna say I got some more suggestions. I've made them before, but I think this is an appropriate space for me to continue making them. Robot umps, yes, please, robot umps. And while I'm at it, and while you're listening, and while you're watching, and while you're just consuming this, how about eliminating the abbreviated shift? Eliminating the abbreviated shift and throwing it, make it some kind of penalty, make it some kind of outlaw behavior that's not welcome. That's not welcome. And since I'm on a roll here, DH in both leagues, I don't want to see a pitcher hit. I want the pitcher to focus on trying to figure out what ball he is using. Is it the one that they started with, or is it the new ball? I would rather him to focus his attention on that than actually trying to hit a baseball in field. And there are other caveats that you can add to this, but this is baseball. This is baseball. We know who the leader is, and the leader has no intentions on rule changes, no intentions on modernizing the game, because there's traditionalists that's sprinkled around too that has more insight or more weight or more influence on the game than actual people who play the game and experience the game. But hey, this is what I'm left to discuss and point out and highlight, since there's no movement. Maybe that'll kickstart it. If not, open up the books. You're losing money, owners, MLB. Let the rest of us see it like other leagues let the public see. Let's see the financials. And yes, I understand the financials, because since I was a wee lad, I was always told that sport is a business. And so I learned financials and I learned how businesses work. Thank you.